Let's be honest, you want to rent a car from someone who'll see you right. So here's a few reasons to put Omega Rental Cars top of your list. Do we have a modern fleet, all fully checked and ready to roll?
Yes, we do.
Do we offer keen prices, unlimited Ks, and free additional drivers?
Yes, you do.
And do we support New Zealand motorsport because we love cars? And maybe to look a bit flash.
Yes, you do.
There you go. Omega Rental Cars, your upfront and honest car rental company.
Good morning, welcome to live coverage of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship, our final day of the 2025 season. Dale Budge, Blair Bartels joining you for commentary. That's not Dylan Turner. Dylan Turner's down the road.
Yes,
marshalling this morning.
Scooby and Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, got Simon Bell and Dylan Turner on the Marshall post, just down at the junction, just 400 metres or so up the road from where we are, positioned on Special Stage 12. The second special stage of the day. There are a total of 8 stages today, and we will crown our champions come the end of special stage 18. Look forward to bringing a live stream of that final stage as well, so we can give you all of that info. But BB, a pretty dramatic, a very long and challenging day yesterday for everyone, for crews, for drivers, competitors, and for our Volt TV crew as well, as we see some of the lovely scenery. Tell us a little bit about some of these iconic stages we're on, mate. First time we've been back down in this Kaipara region for a very long time, and some stages that have a pretty rich history in New Zealand motorsport.
Yeah, absolutely, and world motorsport, Budgie. They are absolutely iconic, as I just try and figure out why I'm listening to myself. I don't know why you guys inflict it on yourselves, but I'll figure that one out as we go. Yeah, these are stages that were absolutely made famous in the World Rally Championship. The drivers from all over the world rave about these roads, the cambers, and man, where we are, it just highlights how big they are, the way the road dips into those cambers. And you see those famous, what they call the camber dance, where the cars are just about coming off the ground in between. Is that one? Coming off the ground in between the corners, so it's absolutely spectacular to watch. Amazing feeling in the car, and these drivers are in for a real treat today.
Yeah, not too far away from our first car, and looking forward to seeing how this battle plays out. Quite a significant step at the end of the day yesterday, Jack Stokes, who had led for most of the day, getting pipped by his brother Robbie at the second pass through the Poe Island stage, and it's Robbie that will start the day with the rally lead. But Ben Hunt, obviously, BB crowned champion in waiting, obviously has to get through today before it's all formalised, but he secured enough points by finishing third in the power stage yesterday to wrap up the 2025 championship and a 4th career title for him.
Yeah, which is a fantastic achievement. Yeah, that puts him third on the list, equal with Bruce Herbert. He is he's basically just got to not get excluded through today, because it's the only way he can lose those power stage points. So pretty much it's off the hook day for Ben. Now he's 30 seconds behind. He said gravel was an issue yesterday. There has been a fair bit of rain, as you would have seen in stage 7, and man, did it dump down last night just as the Poe Island Super Special stage is finished up. So
not sure how much of a factor that's going to be today, the sweeping. Give you an update from the opening stage of the day. Robbie Stokes fastest through special stage 11, 0.8 of a second up on Ben Hunt through that test, so just extending that lead ever so slightly. Jack Stokes third quickest. He was 6 seconds adrift of his brother, and Jack Hawkswood very much on the pace, only 0.8 of a second behind Jack Stokes. So the two Jacks battling it out there in third and fourth, and good to see Mike Young from in terms of the overall Vertex Oil International Rally of Whangārei. Mike Young, who's not in the championship, but had a really, really good day yesterday. Unfortunately, a mechanical drama took him out right at the end of the day.
Yeah, we were doing some planning around prize givings for the end of day one, and Mike was very much leading that all-comers, and there's a few bits and pieces that were all, and we just sort of said, there was a bit going on amongst the NZRC team, and sort of said, well, barring any weird stuff happening, this will be those podiums. Well, man, was there some weird stuff happening. We had the first pass, Robbie Stokes overshot a junction, lost 5 seconds. Then his brother had the wiper motor fail, so he lost. So we thought, oh, Jack will be the overnight leader. No, he lost 10 seconds because he couldn't see where he was going with the wiper motor. I don't know whether they've managed to find a replacement part and get that sorted for today, because there's still some dark clouds on the horizon. Probably more sporadic showers, but I would say a fair bit of Rain-X is on that windscreen at the moment. And then Mike Young broke a drive shaft, and unfortunately, because it was rattling around and smashing itself against the floor of the car, they had to retire. They couldn't even limp through just the second pass and get to service. So they retired from what was third place in the overall rally, which promoted Ben Hunt up and lined, I guess, the podiums between.
Here we go. First car on the road approaching us. So Robbie Stokes. Stokes Motorsport Skoda Fabia Rally 2. Good day yesterday. Obviously, pretty dramatic week for Stokes Motorsport crew, and I'm sure they'll be pleased to have let what's happening on the road dictate the conversation. Really good day for the pair of them. First and second after the opening day, and a really challenging day at that, and great performance from the two Stokes boys as we see Robbie on approach via the Volt TV drone. And there's that dancing that BB's talking about. Highly cambered roads. You probably can't see the camber, obviously, from the overhead shot. You get a little bit of it there. It's more pronounced than it even looks on the screens as we see Robbie roaring towards us. Look at the speed.
And just look at the corner speed he can carry.
Here is Robbie, right in front of us, right past our live stream position. And now off into the distance. The local cows have decided, oh, I'm not sure about that sound. We'll move over to the other side of the paddock.
Not a lot of anti-lag going on, and there's a lot of throttle.
Yeah, not a lot of lifting off, is there?
Just look at this Kaipara region we're in, like incredible roads and incredible imagery in general. Yeah, this is just nirvana, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. So one Stokes to another. This is the younger brother Jack Stokes in the Stokes Motorsport Ford Fiesta AP4. Last day of action probably in the championship for this car. New car on the road for on the way for Jack. You see him in action with that car, the new Skoda, same as his brother Robbie. Next year, it's Heidi. Jack giving it some this morning. Had a great day yesterday. Still just so calm and measured, you know, and obviously the back end of the day dropped a little bit of time through the Poe Island stage, or stages, and relinquished that lead that he'd had all day. But you fancy, if it's not today, it's going to be pretty soon. He is not far away from becoming an NZRC rally winner, you fancy.
No, 100%.
So now, interesting to see how Ben Hunt responds. Here is Ben, the Skoda New Zealand Fabia Rally 2 car. Just by the eye test, I reckon he's up here. I reckon this is a shorter gap.
Yeah, we're back to 1 minute gaps today too, so this action will come thick and fast, which probably come as a massive relief to all the people tuning in.
Good commitment from Ben.
He certainly was saying that the gravel was fairly heavy yesterday, so he was looking, very much had that championship aim, and he got that third in the power stage. He today is effectively off the leash. He's third on the road because he was third overnight. So what sort of a difference will that make? We will find out.
Hearing that Ben is 3 seconds up on Robbie at the 4K split.
That's a big chunk.
Yeah, that's sizable. I reckon that backs up what we saw here is Mike Young. So not in the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship, but very much the forefront of Vertex Oil International Rally Whangārei, all comers.
Yeah, and hasn't he been impressive across that and the Battery Town Rally Bay of Plenty where we saw him?
Great peddler rate.
Little shuffle of the results post-event. There was the other bit that got lost, was that Ben Hunt actually overcame Mike Young for second in the overall rally at Bay of Plenty with the the readjustment of stage 3 times, but Mike Young and Amy Hudson there.
He's an underrated peddler, isn't he, Mike Young?
He's plied so much of his trade over in Asia, and within that Asia Pacific series and that relationship he's had with the Cusco team, and so we really only were used to seeing Mikey once a year, and we saw him in the Toyota CHR here for a little while in the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship, but it was a bit of a heavy beast, so.
20 kilometre long stage, this one, and we're probably 2/3 of the way through it, so not too far away probably for a stage time for Robbie Stokes. Bring that to you when it arrives. As we see Jack Hawkswood, no we don't, we see
Todd Borden.
Excuse me.
So he's the leader of the All-Comers Rally in that Vertex Oil International Rally of Whangārei. And, man, did Toddy have a smile on his face all through yesterday, but the heater motor was stuck on, and let me tell you, yesterday was not the day to have this a heater stuck on. These rally cars are hot enough as it is. You wear the 3 layers of your fireproof overalls and your underwear. So we're just going to go to a replay of the first couple of cars. And this is Robbie Stokes, and you just see the way he's absolutely dancing that car. So much precision and just leaning on that camber. So much trust that you put in that camber. Of course, the scary bit is if you do get it wrong, that camber sits over the other side of the road, as we see Jack Hawkswood now in the Toyota Yaris Rally 2, and had a stronger start to the day. Yesterday was very much about getting used to the car. These roads are just tailor-made for a car like this, and speaking with Jack, he said just so much more responsive than the AP4 car. You turn the car and it just turns and goes. So, as you've alluded to, Dale, we know Jack Stokes is stepping into a Skoda Fabia Rally 2 Evo. The same as what we see Ben Hunt and Robbie Stokes in at the moment. We've got Jack Hawkswood with the GR Yaris Rally 2 car. There's a couple of other whispers as to what's going on.
Definitely some. The drums are beating. It looks like we can have a pretty exciting 2026 championship.
Did hear a little whisper overnight that the car Emma Gilmore is driving in the Rally Tasmania this weekend might be making its way across the Tasman, as we now see Jack Stokes. That shot is just such a graphic example of the camber and the rise and fall of the roads, as we see Hayden McKenzie.
So the whisper is Jack Stokes now 6.6 seconds up at the 15k split, so massive turnaround there. Ben was up earlier in the stage.
Yeah, might have been, that would be a moment, because that is a 9-second swing between Jack Stokes and Ben Hunt through 8 kilometres.
And McKenzie out of the Toyota Yaris Proto.
So he won the Rally Challenge class yesterday. Of course, the Rally Challenge only running across the first day of the 2-day event. So he's just out here for fun now. And, man, how much fun does this look like?
Oh, it looks like a heap of fun. It was fun driving in this morning.
The Omega rental car upgraded the fleet, so we've got the RAV4 hybrid. Very comfortable, very efficient too. Clearly Carl Fenn's not been driving it because it's used zero fuel.
Very bit of fuel, yeah.
So this will be Kingsley Jones, Waverley Jones.
Yeah, the Auckland Denture Clinic Skoda R5.
And
possibly the last time we see Kings and Waverley in this car.
Yes. Kingsley was saying he'd heard a rumour that this car was sold last night, which was interesting news to him because
he owns it.
Because he still owns it. It is still for sale if you want an R5 car. And man,
this will be the day. You can see he's already wiped a little bit off the front bumper.
He promises to fix that before delivery.
So these are the stages that suit Kingsley a lot more than yesterday. Yesterday, high speed, bit more commitment. A little bit tighter today, a lot more camber on these stages, closer to sort of back to State Highway 1 than out on the west coast.
You say that, but
still
the first stage this morning, Ruarangi Road, is the ultimate commitment stage.
True.
That is just crest after duck and crest. So if you've been following the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship for a long time, it's the stage where Emma Gilmore had her famous huge crash off the side of the hill in 2007. As we see Ben Hubin now, and Ben was second at the Rally Challenge yesterday, and that was enough for him to secure third, just 1 point behind Josh Keeley. Caleb McDonald wrapping up that class for the year. So
So I've got a completed stage time for Jack Stokes, 12 minutes 15 flat. No time for Robbie Stokes. If you are a Robbie fan, don't panic. He is through the stage, I'm reliably told. No times available for him just yet, but he is safely through the stage. There's Ben Hubin. Watson sitting alongside. Local driver, not too far from his Ruakaka home.
No, it's very much home turf for Ben.
Ben Hunt's time through the stage, 12:24.5, so he is 9.5 seconds adrift of Jack Stokes through that stage.
It's a big time from Jack, isn't it? So we wait to see what Robbie's time is. That'll come through the rally safe system with the electronic timing through it. That's multiple redundancies in it. So if it does not automatically upload, there are ways and means to record that time, as we see Gavin Feast, JP Vandermees. So again, these guys all part of that rally challenge now, just out here for skids. You know, done the job. This is like
still in the overall standings too, though, aren't they?
well, yes, yeah, absolutely, and there's still a fair bit of pride to play for amongst these guys. They
top 10 finishes, and potentially if some of the guys in front have some dramas, they can find themselves further up the field.
But really, it's just about going out and having some skids on some awesome roads. So.
They certainly enjoyed yesterday. We saw them on the podium, the Rally Challenge four-wheel drive class. Big smiles. Pretty happy with how the day had played out.
It's a time through from Mike Young, 12:32.6.
So still waiting for that time for Robbie. We know that he's safely through the stage. So until we get that, he is the rally leader. Until we get that, it's just going to leave the standings a little bit hard to fathom.
So that lead coming into the stage was 9.8 seconds. So if he can slot himself in and around that time that Ben Hunt's done, he will still hold that rally lead. So we see Josh Keeley and Neil Woolley. So they are the Group A Challenge champions in the H6 Impreza, and was second in the overall Rally Challenge. So that's a really impressive performance, because they are down on power to the four-wheel drive turbo cars. But
he's been one of the standouts, I reckon, for the 2025 season.
Also the rookie champion.
Mm-hmm. Thoroughly deserving of that title.
Yes.
Andrew Humphrey. Looking forward to entertaining commentary, including classic movie reviews, culinary plans, and geology lessons.
Oh, there's been all of that going on this morning.
Oh, you missed the stuff going on quietly between the Marshall team, about a kilometre away.
I don't think they're that. I think it just might be about 300-400 metres back down the road.
No one missed that, to be fair. Dean Buist.
Back, rather rare from Dean, a bit of a mistake and some suspension damage. So it puts Bryn Jones in the hot seat to win the overall two-wheel drive championship. But just listen to that hair score. Good to see Dean back in the event. Unfortunately, we won't see Steve Gill's car back in the event. Fairly sizable accident for Gilly and Grant Malloy. Both checked out and released from hospital yesterday. A few bumps and bruises and things for Gilly. So he might have a little bit of time on the sidelines. But
just another validation of the safety gear inside those cars. That was a big hit. We came across that incident and.
I think it hit the tree about 3.5 metres up, or as Gilly pronounces it, eye level.
Yeah, he's a tall lad, but squeezed into that car. You can see big impact on the cage, but the cage has done its job and protected both the driver and co-driver. So awesome. Walking away to Mackesy.
And man, what a day from him yesterday.
Outstanding.
I think this is the day. Yesterday was the day that Tim's been looking for all season. Finally managed to put one over Bryn Jones. We've got a time through for Robbie Stokes, to 1.4 seconds slower than his brother Jack. So we see Tim in the little front-wheel drive car just scrambling its way up the hill a little bit.
So that means the gap between Robbie and Jack is 8.4 seconds in the overall rally. Ben Hunt now 45 seconds back from the lead, so we thought that there was going to be a charge from Ben. Early indications are he's just be having to settle for a minor placing on the podium.
So just seen the Andrew Humphrey comment you were referring to too. I don't think we'll quite be reviewing the Titanic. I think the Castle's more the NZRC style.
We reviewed the Titanic, Dylan and I, yesterday.
Oh, did
it
you?
was quite the conversation about that. Yeah.
Yes. Pies, I'm probably quite qualified to give you a review on.
We'll give a shout out to Burger Fuel at Whangārei. I did promise Yona yesterday, who looked after the NZRC team after a very, very long, challenging day.
Jeez, no wonder when I said, what do I owe you for? Oh, no, don't worry about it. Kevin Laird and Alan Jones coming through and wrapped up second at the Group A Challenge for the year yesterday. And Kev put up on Facebook this morning, nothing to play for today, but Whangārei Rally Roads, why wouldn't you?
Well, he's battling his good mate, isn't he?
Yes.
And Caleb McDonald, those boys grew up together, great friends, and got a sort of head-to-head battle going as we see Bryn Jones approaching now the Fiesta Rally 4 car.
And then to clarify too, on geology lessons, sand versus pumice versus slippy clay, where you can find sand at the beach, and that's about as far as I'll go on that one.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, so Bryn now, with Dean Buist's retirement yesterday, that two-wheel drive title is very much in his hands.
And it's a big carrot for Bryn, I suspect, today. So while the battle with Mackesy, I'm sure he'd love to complete all three. I think the overall two-wheel drive championship just sits in the high begging on him.
Yeah, absolutely. So a finish will secure him the NZRC two-wheel drive title, which we see with the Fiestas this year. And then we've got the overall two-wheel drive title, which is contested between those NZRC two-wheel drive cars, the Fiestas, the open two-wheel drive cars, like Dave Strong's Honda Jazz, and the historic cars, which Dean Buist's been, and he's led that all year. Dean's, again, a little bit like Bryn's just dangled that carrot in front of Tim all year. Dean's done much the same to Bryn. So as we see Ant Torito, who was the first of our all-comers two-wheel drive cars in the Vertex Oil International Rally of Whangārei yesterday.
Yeah, another impressive drive from Ant. No time for Jack Hawkswood through, so Chris, if you're listening, can you, is that the same issue that we're having with potentially with Robbie with the timing, or is there a problem somewhere for Jack? So we see Ant Torito now on approach.
A little high revving Honda.
Always loves to come out and play at Whangārei.
It was really impressive yesterday because he's done no rallying all year. Did a circuit race meeting a couple of weeks ago to do some preparation, so he felt a bit underdone coming in, but the times definitely don't reflect it.
Yeah, Hawkswood's time is through now, so he was 5th quickest. Incidentally, Kingsley Jones, 6th quickest, just beat Todd Borden through that stage, so there we go. Yesterday he was struggling to keep up with the likes of McKenzie and Borden. Today he's slightly tighter on Camden Roads. Kingsley having a bit more fun.
Eugene Crunet and Philippe Delroux, so I think they would be our top international competitors at this point in the Mirage AP4.
We'll hit 10 battle going on with Pierre Henri Crunet from Vanuatu. Both of those guys on the all-comers podium yesterday.
Fantastic to be able to host international visitors. So we've got competitors here from Australia, Japan, Vanuatu, New Caledonia. Feel like I'm missing New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand, obviously. Yeah, I think that was everyone. Both of those international crews. So look, Pierre Henri and Eugene very committed with what we saw them yesterday, and most competitive we've seen them, I think, this year in the championship. As we see another international competitor there in Julian Longley.
Yes.
Vanuatu flag flying atop or blazing across the top of the car.
And it's great to be able to see that on the drone shot rather than the ground camera shot.
Yes, yeah. It's upside down, unfortunately, Bay of Plenty.
And I think it's been a bit of a road back for Julian. So not quite the pace we've seen of him throughout the season, but it's important, I think, for him to drive this rally, have some fun, and get that confidence back, which will be growing, corner by corner.
Yeah, he certainly put in some impressive times. So that he was outstanding at Bay of Plenty, at Coromandel, and it was going pretty well at Bay of Plenty too until the incident towards the end of the day there.
Geez, you're a hard man to please if leading the class was only going well.
Oh, It's going very well then.
How do your basketball guys with you? Look, I know you won, but, you know, that was okay.
We have high standards. Just had Flash this year. Knocked out first round of the playoffs.
How does it go standing next to a 7'8" basketball player?
Yeah.
And say, excuse me up there, play better.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. Got the finger wagging and all.
Dale Budge's day job. So we see this will be, is this Caleb McDonald?
It's got to be, is it?
Yeah, Caleb McDonald, yep. The third of the 8-6 Subarus. So,
nothing silly from Caleb yesterday, just did what he had to do to wrap up that title, and well deserved.
He's very conscious that he's got one bent rally car at home and he doesn't need to bend someone else's.
No.
But obviously achieved what he needed to achieve yesterday. So I think today's just a case of taking the opportunity to enjoy a different car and
enjoy these roads again.
Yeah.
So once again, big thanks to our live stream partners, Brian Green Property Group, the naming right partner of the National Championship, MRF, the Control Tyre, Cream Insurance, Amiga Rental Cars, and Elevate Digital Assist. There you go, first time.
Oh.
Boom. Needs to be listening. Got it right first time this time, Neats.
It's a proof that miracles can happen. You just got to wait all year.
Even a stopwatch is right twice a day.
Unless it's digital. Yeah, look, Anita does a fantastic job with a lot of our digital things, and spoiler alert, it is her that's answering. We can't actually see a lot of the comments, but she's in behind the scenes and basically making us look like we know what we're talking about. Between her work and the work of the Chris Sport team, we pull off a pretty good charade, really, don't we?
Absolutely. Organised chaos, I think we like to call it. It's fair to say the Volt TV crew that do a sterling job. They're here super early before the stage, just setting up all the gear to bring you the coverage. We're well sick of us by the time we went to air this morning.
And we turn up a long way after them. Yes, Tim McIver, Tim McDonald. They're currently leading the historic class in the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. Won't be enough for them to advance onto the podium spots, but for Mike Cameron, who's running second, if he can finish today, that will be enough for him to leapfrog Stephen Gillen to second in the historic championship for the year.
There's a bit of speculation around about what might happen at the end of our championship this year with Mike and Helen Cameron. A long time been talked about as the farewell tour for the Lolly Lady. Some speculation as to whether Mike would carry on, whether Little Evo, the car, will carry on next year. And we're hearing it might turn up at Otago.
Yeah, I think Otago's pretty well locked in. I think it's whether or not it's a championship entry is what they're debating, and whether or not we see
Helen in the car as well. Here is Pierre-Henri Brunet, Mel Peden.
Yep, so this is the latest model SCOTUS, so this is slightly newer than the ones we've seen Ben Hunt, Robbie Stokes in, and what we'll see Jack Stokes in, and I believe Quentin Palmer as well. So there's going to be a few of them floating around, but it was day 2 last year that Pierre became a little bit unstuck on. And Mel Peden did say yesterday that there was a little bit of a driving to what we see, not what the notes are, and lifting for that crest there probably suggests might have been a little bit of that going on there too. So
like a farmer with the horses.
So that's the appropriate place to rub a horse, Dale Budge.
It's not me, you need to tell. It's the Marshall crew down the road. They were doing their talking about movie reviews, Brokeback Mountain impersonation. As we see Dave Strog,
Rob Scott. So the Open 2-wheel drive champions for 2025. Been a bit of a disjointed season in the Open 2-wheel drive. Not a heap of competition, but for Dave, they've had their own challenges with 2 engine failures in that car at Canterbury and Coromandel. But, what a tricky car to navigate some of these roads. So much power to pull through just those rear wheels. You hear Dave modulating the throttle.
champion-elect? Well, they actually already officially champion, aren't they? Because
Yeah, no one's going to take it away from them.
yeah,
Nah. As soon as the entry list came out and Paul Cross wasn't on it, there was no one that was going to catch them. So,
still the odd cloud around that just threatens. It's very humid.
yeah.
Be at all surprised to see another dump of rain at some point.
Yeah, it's the NZRC team run 2 shirts, and because I'm hosting the championship prize giving tonight, I've got a fresh one there for that, and I suspect we might need Jaws of Life to get this other one off me. It's been a hot and sticky rally, hasn't it?
Well, I'm fresh as a daisy in my one. You one on today?
So we see Ian Warren and Brody Catamol. Unfortunately, a fuel pump failure sidelined them yesterday. So, again, in that Rally Challenge 2-wheel drive, which they are the champions of, which wrapped up yesterday, today is just about having some fun. So Ian's first time rallying in the North Island. In fact, Canterbury Rally this year was as far north as he'd ever been rallying. So it's quite the step, isn't it?
A little bit of a step up, isn't it?
Fantastic story to be able to take. We're hearing too, Lucas Ramsey stopped at 6.5 kilometres, so that's a real shame for Lucas. They're all okay. Not quite sure why they have stopped, but also seeing a brief hazard from Tim McIver, and hearing likely mechanical for Lucas.
So just a quick wrap overall. Robbie Stokes leads the rally by 8.4 seconds over Jack Stokes. Ben Hunt back in third, 45 seconds off the rally lead. Todd Borden in fourth place, Jack Hawkswood in fifth place. That's in the overall Vertex Oil International Rally Whangārei. Just a little bit of a gap. I assume this is the Lucas Ramsey gap we are talking about.
Yeah, if I was smart, I would have had the start list up and been able to confirm that for you. But I think there's plenty of evidence that that's not the case. And no, Lucas should have been between Caleb McDonald and Tim McIver. So this should be George Feast and Matty Hayward.
So clearly a gap as we see a car. That is not going to be George Feast.
No,
What is that?
that looks like it might be Kieran Cornelius in the second of the Nissan Pulsars.
I think Kieran's got a different co-driver today, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that Kieran? Or no, I think that was Bruce James.
So he was charging hard yesterday.
Yeah, he's moved up a few spots in the start order.
Super committed late in the day at stage 7 we saw.
That's Jasmine Cornelius that's moved in with Bruce James.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Too many Corneliuses.
Yes.
Well, not too many, but too many for our simple brains.
Enough to confuse me anyway. So off after this for a refuel of Waikiekie, and then special stage 13 and 14 to go before a service back at Poe Islands. Special stage 13 getting underway at 9:31, so another just over 10 minutes or so away before first car enters there. We'll bring you live stream of the final stage, stage 18 Bull, iconic stage from Rally New Zealand's over the years.
It's the final kilometre or so of the final stage too, so literally bringing you coverage right to the end of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. So we see Chris Fitzgerald, Ash Ewers.
They had a good day yesterday too, I thought.
Apart from being one of a few that didn't drive through the refuel. So
Yes, I did hear there were a couple of fines handed out.
yeah, a couple of drivers that are $100 lighter in the wallet. But I
Enjoying
think,
their time in New Zealand, that's for sure.
yeah, there was plenty of smiles and thumbs up at the end of the day, so it can't have been too sour a point. Of course, a massive thank you to Brian Green Property Group, MRF Tyres, Cream Insurance, Omega Rental Cars, Elevate Digital Assist, the Volt TV, or the Volt Media team. I mean, the live streams have just been fantastic this year.
Jeff Talkington, MR2.
I'd go with Rodney James.
Is it Rodney?
Yep. Yeah, I think Jeff was a non-starter. Rodney's the one with the wing. No, your MR2s, Budgie. It's Rodney there dancing a little MR2. What a fun little car to have on these roads.
Oh, there they are.
Speaking of movies, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I don't know. Bert and Ernie.
So Simon Bell and Dylan Turner as Simon, event chairman, and acting as one of our block marshals. Dylan Turner, of course, will be on the commentary later on today. And, Renee, if you are watching at home, you can see Dylan is hard at work. Rather distinctive MRF hat there that...
What's happened to Dylan Turner's hair?
Yes, we see Yutaka Yasunami over from Japan, and his daughter is actually
somewhere near us.
Yeah, tagged along with the commentary team. There were rumours that she was going to join us for commentary of Dad, but
there we go, waving to Dad. The experienced Al Perry alongside.
You really are finding lots of different ways to call people old, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm calling them old.
Yeah.
They can be started on the Zero car team.
Dale's been pretty good to a few people in the rallying community over the year, or last couple of years. Well, over a long time, but last carry fix was that of Julian Longley. Also stitched the front end back on Pat Norris's car after it crashed at the Hamner Rally. Unfortunately, we haven't seen him, as we see Lucas Ramsey, so he's back. And also coming towards us is Bruce James. Does have Jasmine Cornelius, so we got cars aplenty, so possibly a puncture there for Lucas, but he'll be on a bit of a charge.
At least dust is an issue for him as he tries to catch James.
Yeah, so you may have noticed no requirement for 2-minute gaps today.
Certainly seems back on the pace, doesn't he, Lucas?
Yeah, I'm suspecting a puncture. Lucas not running MRF, so that probably is a problem there.
Didn't seem to be a lot of chat yesterday about tyre wear.
There
Not
was
to the same degree as we've expected. You know, tyre wear up here is usually a big talking point, isn't it?
Yeah, there was some longer loops, different road surfaces yesterday, and obviously the water, the rain and a bit of ground temperature reduction is, makes a big difference, as we see Fuyuhiko Takahashi and Ken Takahashi, another Japanese team, and sitting third in the NZRC two-wheel drive class in their Fiesta Rally 4, the X-Max McRae car. And Takahashi-san, one of the big ambassadors in Japan for New Zealand rallying these days, so we thank him for his kind words, and I know he's very, very excited to get back to Whangārei. He's been here a few times in his career in the APRC. So we are getting towards the tail end of the field here for special stage number 12.
So nice sunny conditions at the moment. As you can see on the screen there, sun overhead, but those black clouds, they actually don't look anywhere near as black on screen as they actually do in flesh. It's one of those days where you feel like there could be a dump at any stage.
Well, you make your own meal choices, Dale Budge.
Made the right choice yesterday. The Burgerfield went down a treat last night.
Christ, how much did they even give you? Sweet, you mentioned the Northern Brian Green Property Group and MRF Tyres, or Cream Insurance, or Omega Rental Cars, or Elevate Digital Assist, who actually make like this live stream happen, not just fueling your fire.
Kavita Kondo now as we get down to the last couple of cars.
If you've ever wondered what it's like to spend a day in the car with Dale Budge, it goes something along the lines of, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I couldn't eat another thing. Oh, that looks quite nice there, though. I could maybe just squeeze that in. Oh, okay, just 3 custard squares, yep.
This is a stitch up. This was my lightest eating day of my rallying career yesterday.
So Kamito Kondo and Hiroki Kondo, father and son team. Hiroki actually lives in New Zealand, so for Kamito, one with a score to settle from this event last year, had a fairly sizable crash. There's been a lot of work to be done on the little Suzuki Swift. Speaking of work to be done,
well, there's not much work being done there. There we go, hello. That's our vantage point.
Yes.
BB with the door open.
The Volt Mobile Machine. The mystery machine, because we don't know how it produces such amazing content consistently.
Well, we know Scooby and Scrappy do it just down the road, so yeah. Despite having a couple of clowns in the front. Well, I'm obviously Freddy, so what does that make you? Dash.
But pretty sure last time I watched Scooby-Doo, Fred had hair.
Anyway, so I think we've got 1 car to go.
Yeah, Mike and Helen Cameron, and they had to replace a windscreen overnight. They on the touring stage back from the cancelled Stage 8 yesterday, so unfortunately that road flooded. Some of the downpours were horrific yesterday, like...
standing water running across the road and parts. We drove out of Special Stage 7, Dylan and I, and there were just big puddles of water that just, like wouldn't be in the notes, obviously could catch you out, that standing water, as we see Mike and Alan and Levo.
So long story short, they had to do 2 passes of Poe Island with no windscreen and then fit a windscreen overnight to this car. And you can see that freshly fitted Brian Green Property Group New Zealand, Brian Green Property Group windscreen banner. Just a little rough around the edges there, but they do what they've got to do to keep going in the rally. Mike and Helen. And for them, a finish will secure them second in the historic class of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship, and that's
proof that I wouldn't say slow and steady, it's not, a steady, measured drive can result in...
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at some of the cars they've been up against, the Escorts, the 240 RS, or 2 litre 240 RS, Pat Norris's RD6.
George Feast, maybe? Seeing someone on the stage, so George Feast might still be going. There might have been a drama there for George at some point. We haven't seen him through yet. So we'll just stay with the live stream for just another moment or two. We can get it just about getting underway. Special Stage 13. Robbie Stokes will be on the start line there, getting ready to get into the stage. And then traverse Special Stage 14, which is the first pass through the Bull stage. And then head back to Whangārei to Poe Island for a service. Service, if you're in the Whangārei region, 11:17 a.m. this morning, that one due to start. And then we get into the afternoon loop. Special Stage 15 and 16 repeats through there, including this stage, which is 16. And then 17 and 18 to finish. We will be at Special Stage 18 on the live stream. As BB said, the last kilometre or so of the 2025 Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship.
So we are hearing George Feast is mobile, so we'll stick with that. But in the meantime, these are cows. They are of the cow breed. I'm definitely not a farmer. I do my hunting in the supermarket. So don't worry, Hedgie, there's no dust, so I can sit here with the door open. One of my fellow commentators might have gotten a bit of trouble at Bay of Plenty for leaving the door open. I won't name names, but Dylan Turner wasn't doing that particular live stream, so with the powers of deduction, I'm sure you can figure out who that might have been.
Pay peanuts, get monkeys.
Well, I think a monkey might be a step up.
This is a monkey with attitude. So beautiful shots of the rolling countryside here. This is not far from the Brynduins, inland from Waipu, if you are sort of know the area and watching from afar as we see some replays. Robbie Stokes, rally leader, in action through this stage.
And Jack Stokes hard on his heels, 1.4 seconds faster through the stage than his brother, so that battle definitely not settled. Ben Hunt was quick early on in the stage, and then that time just seemed to drift away, so his chances of stepping up from the third step of the podium seem to be just clutching away from his grasp at the moment, unfortunately. Jack Hawks, Mike Young, this is Jack Hawks with that GR Yaris Rally 2, then Hayden McKenzie, the Proto. So the Mitsubishi Evo powered Toyota Yaris. And we're into Kingsley Jones there, the R5 Skoda. See a bit of bumper damage there, so he's been getting close to the scenery, and that's what you've got to do to produce those ultimate times. They are fiberglass, so it looks a lot worse than it is. Ben Hubin there, the local lad, and hot on his heels, Gavin Feast, similar cars there. The GRB Shape and Preza, and Gav's been a big improver across this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just seeing some comments on the live stream. Matt Jensen watching.
Old Matty
So
J.
he's moving back to New Zealand.
Yeah, look forward to receiving his entry for next year.
Absolutely.
Dean Bewis there in the BDA Escort, should have had sound on that one, Dan. Tim Mackesy, the current NZRC two-wheel drive leader of this event, and we should probably check on his times with Kevin Laird, next one past.
Yeah, Maxi's had an outstanding, a terrific season all round, but really culminating in that day yesterday. He managed to pull out over 30 seconds on Bryn. They've been in a ding-dong battle all year. Bryn's always just had the wood, but only slightly. It feels like it's been a much closer championship fight than the points table would suggest heading into this event, and maybe yesterday, just an indication that Tim's been right there.
Yeah, I think so, and that gap now sitting at 32 seconds between them, so Tim will be happy there, as we should see George Feast coming towards us, our last car, he and Matty Hayward.
There they are.
So we check no obvious signs of damage on the car, so potentially
Punch it for them too, maybe.
yeah, well, should have been on MRFs.
Yep, it's really been the story of the weekend. The refs have done a great job.
They definitely have. Well, they've done a fantastic job all season.
All season they have, yeah.
Yeah, great to have that level playing field in the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship with a good, reliable tyre that does the job and produces solid performances. So
Just Raki run up just before I finish. There was quite a conversation about the control tyre and a lot of debate at the time, and don't hear a lot of it now.
No,
I think
no.
I think history would say that's been a really good move for the championship.
yeah, I think it's been a solid move. I would say that. It's someone who was a big part of making that decision. But yeah, look, we'll wrap up our coverage here from Special Stage number 12. Really hope you've enjoyed it. A massive thank you, Brian Green Property Group, MRF Tyres, Cream Insurance, Omega Rental Cars, Elevate Digital Assist, all the people, the Volt TV team that have brought this live stream together. This is my last one for the year, so I'm going to do a sign-off to everyone that's been watching at home, that supported us during the year, commenting along, and a lot of fantastic feedback that we've had around the live stream this year, so thank you very, very much. We look forward to inflicting Dale and Dylan on you this afternoon, and seeing you at Otago in 2026.
Thanks, baby. We'll see you all this afternoon. Until then, take care.
It's really good. Yesterday was probably the best one, but this is good. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, Dan. Well done.
Stage 18 full stage from Rally New Zealand over the years.
It's the final kilometre or so. I mean, the live streams have just been fantastic this year. Along with the commentary team, there were rumours that she was going to join us for commentary of Dad, but
There we go. Waving to Dad.
yeah.
standing order as we see Mike and Alan.
Let's be honest. You want to rent a car from someone who'll see you right. So here's a few reasons to put Omega Rental Cars top of your list. Do we have a modern fleet, all fully checked and ready to roll?
Yes, we do.
Do we offer keen prices, unlimited Ks, and free additional drivers?
Yes, you do.
And do we support New Zealand motorsport because we love cars? And maybe to look a bit flash.
Yes, you do.
There you go. Omega Rental Cars, your upfront and honest car rental company.